Okay guys, I'm sorry my lighting is terrible right now, but it's rainy out, so I don't have a lot of light to work with. It's not very well lit in my house to start with. Is that better? No, not really. Alright, I wanted to do my son's birth story today. It's really long and it's going to be complicated. And it's the first time I think I'm telling it in a while. But it's pretty traumatic. So, I'm just going to get into it so it's not a super long video. My son is mad over here for some reason. But, anyways, I'm going to start out. I'm just going to jump into it. So, I woke up the night before my due date and I was in pain. And I could not get back to sleep. And my mother-in-law was staying with us, and that's a whole other story. But, she was staying with us, so I just waited until her alarm went off for her to wake up. So, I just kind of laid around and could not go back to sleep. Once her alarm went off, I came in here and I told her that I was having, some pain and that I couldn't fall back asleep. And we talked about it and just kind of decided that we were going to wait until my husband woke up. So my husband woke up and we decided to wait to go to the hospital. I think I ended up going to the hospital about 11 a.m. And so we went to the hospital, and they said I wasn't dilated enough yet, and that my water had not broke. I think I was at a 2, and I think I had to be at like a 3 to be admitted into the hospital. I'm not 100% sure. But the longer it went on, the worse my pain got. Like, I was in severe pain. And, so, I remember just sitting there shaking because I was in so much pain. So my husband ran me a lukewarm bath, and I took my bath, and once I got out of the bathtub, I laid on the bed and my water broke just all over the bed. And I remember I thought I whispered it because my mother-in-law and her husband were both here, and I was like, my water just broke, to my husband, and she heard it and she was cooking chicken, and all I remember her say is, put the chicken in the fridge. I remember she was just freaking out, and that was what I was worried about. Was when we got to the hospital, I was like, did she put the chicken in the fridge? But I don't know why, but it's like one of the only things I remember. I also remember my husband and his stepfather in the back seat just talking about the dumbest things. Mostly his stepdad was like just talking about the dumbest things. I remember wishing, like, I wish you would just shut up right now. Like, I am in severe pain. We are headed to the hospital. I'm about to give birth. Just shut up. And so we got to the hospital, and after I was there for a few hours, they gave me some pain medication through my IV, which helped a ton. I finally got a little bit of sleep. I think I slept for maybe, I don't know, my water broke at like 8. I maybe slept for like 3 hours or so, but it felt like a million hours. And they woke me up. I got my epidural, which was amazing, and I loved it, and it was super nice, and it was like the nicest thing ever. And so about 4 o'clock, they was like, okay, we're gonna start pushing, and I was like, okay. So I think I pushed for maybe 20 minutes. I'm not 100% sure, but then they hurry up and rushed me to, they said they was losing him, that he was losing his heartbeat and his oxygen levels were decreasing, so they rushed him back into an emergency C-section. And I don't remember much from that because I was so out of it. But I remember when he came out, he was not crying, which, I thought that was pretty weird. So I remember asking my husband, I was like, is he okay? And my husband said that, he's like, yeah, he's okay. And so that made me feel better, but he was not okay. My husband was only telling me that because my levels were rising and he didn't want to freak me out even worse. But he was born dead. He was born without a heartbeat, and he was born not breathing. So they revived him, got him up and going, and they did really good. So after that, I remember they took me in, and they decided that they was going to, they was going to take him to a children's hospital to make sure that he was okay, make sure that he did not suffer any brain problems, because going without oxygen for that long can cause brain issues. So they was gonna take him to the children's hospital, and what I had was Chorioamnionitis, and that is basically an infection in the womb. So after my water had broken, the infection just flooded him, and it affected him more than it did me. We're very lucky they took us into the emergency C-section when they did, because if they had not, he probably would not be here with us. I mean, we are very blessed to still have him. I mean, it was a very close call. Me too. I mean, we were both bad off at that point. I ended up having to stay in my hospital for 3 days. They wanted to keep me an entire week, but I was like, I gotta get to my baby, because he was kept in a different children's hospital. And so I made them let me go. They filled me with antibiotics before I left. They kept him in a hypothermia type state of, cold. And I had him hooked up to all these wires and tubes and all kinds of scary stuff. Morphine. He had a morphine drip to keep him comfortable, which did. I mean, he was in no pain whatsoever. I'll have a description below, like a definition of what chorioamnionitis is, and if you want, I can do a video on that, on just what that is and explain what it is. I'm not really going to go into too much of what happened at the children's hospital. Everyone is happy and healthy now. As you can see, that is my 16-month-old son, looking out the window. He is happy and healthy now. He recovered after 9 days. We got to bring him home. So we're really thankful and blessed. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and comment those below. Like I said, this was a very, traumatic kind of thing. It was more so for my husband, because he had to go through it without any medication. I had the epidural and I had everything else. My mother-in-law was there, and she was super helpful that entire time. She actually went to go stay to the children's hospital. She was the first one that actually got to see him. I did not get to hold him or anything after he was born. They just rushed him right to that children's hospital. And she went and stayed with him for a little while. And my husband stayed with me because I had oxygen, and we were both really close to death. So I am very thankful. I know the Lord was looking after me and had his hand on me and my son while that was happening. So that was one of the scariest times of my entire life. But I'll probably be doing a part 2 to this video, kind of telling you what happened at the children's hospital, and kind of what everything was about, and what happened there, and how he recovered and everything else. So be on the lookout for part 2. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions or concerns or anything, you can go ahead and comment those below. Hopefully I will be on here again. Sorry, my son got hurt. My husband's got it though. But thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you aren't already. I would really appreciate it. It would help me out a lot. Thank you. Bye.